Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Hello. Yes, I can hear you.
Nice to hear you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Hmm?
Mm.
Okay, and how was your day so far? What did you do today?
I do some little thing as usual. Mm.
As usual. Okay, very nice. And for the weekend, do you have any plans for the weekend? What are you going to do on the weekend?
No, I don't have any plan for the weekend.
Okay. Okay. I received new material
Mm.
from the VIP. So we have here, okay, I checked, it's a really interesting material. Okay, so we can start. Okay, so uh, okay, I will share my screen. Now, can you please tell me, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Mhm. Okay, so we have here this lesson, what makes a good communicator?
Mm.
Okay, so, okay, when you communicate, that means when you speak, when you have interaction with someone. So, what do you think? We have here 8 points in your, uh, here. Can you please tell me, what do you think? What makes a good communicator? What is something that makes in communication when we are speaking? Okay, can you please
Mm.
tell me what makes a good communicator?
Mm.
Here you have 8 points. Look.
Mm. Okay, I am checking.
Hmm?
I am checking, and
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think the fluency in the language
Fluency in the language. Okay. So why fluency in the language? Why is this important? What do you think?
because if we are fluent, we
Mm-hmm.
can say something smoothly.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what else? Okay. So this is fluency. What else?
Mm. Being a good listener
Hmm? Okay. And why did you choose this? Being a good
mm,
listener. Why is this important?
because if the two in the when we speak, when we communicate with other, if we are not good listener, thì who will be good a listener, mean that all people are only talk without the listener.
Without listening. Without listening.
Mm.
Hmm? Okay. And number three. What is number three? What do you think? What can be number three?
Number three,
Mm-hmm.
you already asked me number three.
Okay, so we have fluency in language, good listener, and what else? Okay, so we need to choose three most important
Three more.
factors.
Mm. Not being afraid of making mistakes.
Okay, so why is that? Can you please tell me? What do you think? Why is not being afraid of making mistakes? So why?
Because if we are not afraid of making mistakes, we can say anything we can say.
Hmm, okay, very nice. Okay, so we can say anything what we want to say. Very nice. Okay, and how about you? Are you afraid of making mistakes? What do you think? Are you afraid of making mistakes?
No, I'm not afraid of making mistakes. Okay. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and why? Can you please tell me why do you think so? Why?
I only try to say something what I think about one subject. Uh, because I'm confident to say what I think.
Confident to say what you think. Very nice. Okay, so we have here this. What other factors are important for communication? What do you think? What other factors are important in your opinion? What do you think?
What are the factors are important for communication? I think if we have knowledge
Mm,
about the field we are saying, we can be confident to say.
So confident to say. Okay, very nice.
When we add a knowledge, for example, if we say about we are discussing about the football subject, if we know well about the football, we can say about football subject.
Okay, and how about in your field? Okay, I want to ask you about selling the seafood. Okay, so what do you think? What here, when you sell the food, what are three important part of communication when you are selling the food? What is important when you are okay, give me three parts. What is important when you are selling seafood?
To selling good about the seafood, we need
Yes,
to have
we
the
need to
English.
have. We need to
We
have.
need to have the English skill to discuss with the customer. We need to know. We have the knowledge about seafood. We had we had experience about seafood.
Okay, so we need to have experience about selling the seafood. Okay, very nice. And what do you think about okay, a sense of humor? Okay, so we have here a sense of humor. What do you think? Is this good or bad? What do you think in your
I
opinion?
think it's very good because if we had a sense of humor, we can have the communication very relaxed.
Okay, very relaxed communication. Okay, very nice. Now, let's see. Okay, discuss these questions. Okay, now, can you please read the question number 1 and give me your answer?
Discuss this question. What form of reading of spoken communication you think of, for example?
Emails, interviews. What forms of written and spoken communication can you think of? Okay, so when we are writing emails, okay, so this is one part of the communication. Interviews. Okay, so can you give me more forms of written and spoken communication? How we can communicate with people?
Telephone, face to face.
Okay, and which do you think okay, which is the best when you communicate with someone? Which one is the best? Okay,
The
face
best
to
face to face.
face to face. Okay, and why do you think so?
If we can discuss face to face, to avoid the mistake ideas.
Okay, and we have here emails. Okay, so what do you think about writing emails? When we write emails, is this important? What do you think?
Email, I see the email sometimes very easy to make mistake because some people are very busy, so they don't want to write a lot, so they write very briefly, so maybe sometimes mistake their idea.
Okay, and which of the above do you like using? Okay, so we have here the questions about written. Okay, so which written and which spoken communication do you like to use?
I I like
I like.
I like to write. I like to write because my English not good, so I like to write to avoid mistake.
Okay, and spoken communication, do you like to, for example, use a phone, or do you like, for example, to have face to face? So which one, for example, part of the communication is your favorite here? Can you please tell me?
Face to face is spoken communication. I like.
Okay, and why? Can you please tell me why?
Uh, to I already say to avoid mistake the dialogue.
Okay, and we have question number 3. What problems can people have with them? Okay, so what problems can people have when they are having this communication? Can you please tell me what problems they can have?
First, first problem is making mistake. Second problem, uh, cannot the full idea.
Cannot have a full idea. Okay, and why do you think so? Why?
Because if the write email very shortly, we cannot understand full idea of other people, and the the spoken communication, if we don't speak fully idea, also the had a mistake.
Okay, and we have how can these problems be solved? Okay, so what we can do, okay, to solve these problems?
To solve this problem, if the email we try to write the full idea, face to face we try to 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 upright the English skill.
Okay, and for example, okay, when you write an emails, what problems can you have when you write emails?
Mail mistake. Write mail we the people busy, so they write not full idea, they write only the main idea, so sometimes we can have a mistake.
So we can have some mistakes. Okay, now which of the words below apply to good communicators? Okay, so which of these words here? Okay, choose three words here in this box that we are having here. Okay, so which three words are important for you? What do you think?
And I think coherent, fluent, persuade, persuade, pursue,
Persuasive,
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 persuasive, persuasive.
Okay, okay. So why did you use this word persuasive? Why?
Because the good communicator, the idea must be coherent with other ideas, and we need to speak fluently, and
Fluently.
and when we suggest something, idea must be the persuasive.
Okay, and why this idea must be persuasive? Okay, so if we want to be persuasive, what we need to do first? If we want to be persuasive, what do we need to do first?
We need to focus well idea.
Focus on idea. Okay, and okay, so we have here extrovert. Okay, extrovert. Okay, so what do you think about being extrovert? The extrovert means, for example, someone who is open to communicate with other people outside. So what do you think about being extrovert? Is this good for your job, for example? Is this part good for your job? What do you think?
Yes, I think extrovert is very good for for my job, but regret I'm introvert.
You are introvert.
Yes.
Okay, but why? Why do you think so? But I think opposite. I think that you're extrovert. Why do
No,
you think so?
I'm not a good communicator with other people. I often keep silent and listen to other people saying.
But you're speaking with me. How is this possible? Okay, how is this possible? You're speaking with me. You share your ideas with me. So how is this possible that you are You think that you are introvert. How is this possible? You're speaking with me.
Yes, I'm speaking with you because we learn and I must speak.
Yes, but you share your ideas and everything, what you think, what you feel. So how is this possible that you think that you're introvert? Okay,
Because I feel I'm struggle with when communicating with other people.
but how do you feel with
No,
me when you're speaking with me? How do you feel when you're speaking with me?
okay, with you it's okay. But sometimes when meet the stranger, I'm not uh, mm, relaxed to connect with them.
Yes, but this is normal. Okay, so all the people have the same feeling. Okay, so because we don't know what will come from other side, so we know, for example, we need to know someone when someone is, for example, when someone come to us, when someone wants to speak with us. Okay, so we don't know what kind of person will come. Okay, so we don't know, for example, what kind of person will come from the other side. Okay, so we don't know what kind of person is this. For example, okay, so I didn't know. I just want to give you one example. I didn't know when I started to have classes with you. I didn't know anything about you. You just came and we were speaking. Okay, so and we finally meet. Okay, so this is the problem. This is for example, this is solution. So this is how we, for example, can uh, have first we need to have communication, then we can say something about a particular person. So it's okay. So I don't think that you are so introvert. I think that you sometimes you're. I must say that sometimes you're too judgy to yourself. Judgy means, for example, that you, okay, you think that sometimes you cannot do some things, but I think that you're too judgy to yourself. Sometimes I think that your skills, that you think that your skills are not so good, but actually it's opposite. Your skills are really good. For example, when we are saying about speaking English, I think that you're particularly judgy to yourself because you're saying that you don't know, that you think that you don't have a progress. But I want to remind you on something. When we started to have classes with you uh, in the beginning, I was asking you what I don't understand what, and you explained everything to me. So if you remember, if you when we started to have classes together, I all the time I ask you what I don't understand what. Now I completely understand what you're saying. So and you on previous class you mentioned that you think that you don't have a progress, but uh, don't be angry, but that's on me. That's on me to say about you. Now I can understand everything what you're saying. Okay, on some things we need to work, for example, on pronunciation and everything else. But I can understand you completely what you're saying. When we started to have classes, I didn't understand something when you tried to explain to me. I didn't understand what you're trying to say to me. Now it's much better, much better. So please, only thing I want, two things. Don't be judged to yourself. You have a will to learn, nothing else. So don't be judgy on yourself. Don't judge yourself so much. Learning is a process. Learning any language is a process. Okay.
Yes.
So imagine that you're my teacher, that you are teaching me Vietnamese. Imagine that, for example, I made mistakes, and you don't understand, and etc. What would you say to me?
Be confident and believe yourself.
Okay, so now use this, use that what you said, use on you. Okay? Yeah, please don't be judgy to yourself. That is not good. Okay, if you're too judgy to yourself, okay, everyone has a bad day. Everyone has a bad day. Everyone can have, for example, that some things don't understand. Sometimes we cannot remember the words. I'm learning also Spanish language. I cannot remember. Sometimes I cannot remember everything. Okay, I need to think during the day. I need to think on 4 languages. I need to think on 4 languages when I want to say something. I need to think on English, Serbian, Spanish, Italian. I need to think on 4 languages. Trust me, it's really hard. But I don't give up. I don't give up. I want to fight. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's have a look. Okay, now which of the words in exercise A have the following meanings? Okay, so we have here, just one moment, complete talk with communication expert. The verbs from the box. Okay, now let's try to read this text.
Good morning. Good communication. Communicators really listen to people and take in what it says. They maintain eye contact and have a relaxed body language, but they seldom interrupt and stop people talking. If they don't understand and want to explain something.
Just one moment. Interrupt. Okay.
Explain something. They wait for suitable opportunity. When speaking, effective communicators are good at giving information.
At giving information. At giving
As
information.
giving information, they do not ramble their listener. Right, wrong, Nick? Ramble.
Just one moment. Okay, continue.
They make their points clearly. They will avoid technical term, abbreviation of jargon. If they do need to use unfamiliar terminology, they clarify by giving an easy to understand simple example. Furthermore, although they may confuse and lead the main point to give additional information and detail where
Appropriate.
They will not engage and lose sight of the main message. Really effective communicators who have the ability to digress
degrees
with colleagues, employees, customer, and supplier are valuable assets for any businesses. Business.
Okay, business. Okay, very nice. Okay, can you please tell me about your communication with your for example, someone who is working with you? Can you explain me what kind of communication, for example, you have with your people from your company? Do you have written communication? Do you have spoken communication?
Yes.
Okay, so what kind of communication do you have?
For my job, I'm confident. So when I work, I communicate very good. Mm. I write for them, and I write yellow chat for them. I try to email. I call them. Mm. Spoken communication.
So you have a spoken communication. Okay, so not about you, not about you. Which communication is better? What do you think? Is it spoken or written communication? What do you think? Which communication is better?
I think the spoken communication is better.
Okay, and why? Can you please tell me why?
Because if we say something, we had a long discussion to explain something well.
Okay, very nice. Okay, so this is something that is important. Now we have here, okay, this. Just one moment. Okay. Now communication here. Trust is key in an open organization. Okay, so what do you think? Why trust is a key in open organization? Why do we need to trust people? What do you think before we start reading?
We need to trust other people, because if we don't trust, we had a space inside the good. We suspect other people, so not easy to communicate.
Okay. Okay, and for example, in your business, something about you. Can you please tell me? Do you trust people in your business, in your job? Do you trust people, or can you please tell me?
So, I trust people, but sometimes I suspect and I make the question.
Okay, very nice. Okay,
Because
now.
if they want to hide some information, they will go around. Yes.
Very nice. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so we have here. Okay, so we will have from here. Okay, read from here to here. Okay, now can you please just one moment? Sorry, from here to here. Okay, can you please read this text for me?
Getting staff to talk to each other out to be the least of your problem. But internal communication can be one of the hardest nuts to crack in business. Communication comes up in a very department. The repercussion of not communicating are vast.
Repercussions.
Repercussion of not communicating are vast. Say the tailball call out the of the suck up and listen the talk about how to communicate at work.
Okay, so we have here, okay, getting staff to talk to each other. Okay, for example, in your how many people are working with you in your company?
Only me.
Only you. But with
Yeah.
whom do you communicate in your company? Not about customers. With whom do you communicate?
I only communicate with the supplier.
Okay, and why? Can you please tell me why?
Because I only selling the seafood, and the rest of job that they done. They
Okay, okay, and so you have only communication with supplier. Okay,
Yes.
so and when you have communication, what do you usually say to your supplier? Can you tell me communication a bit with you and supplier? Can you explain?
I is represent that I chat by yellow. I call them by phone yellow. I send the email. Yes.
Send emails. Okay. Okay, and for example, okay, and what you're saying, I just want to ask you, this is how you can improve your speaking. Okay, so what do you usually speak with supplier? What do you say? What do you usually say with your supplier?
I say about the job, the process that I add the quantity, quality, document, or like this, the procedure.
Okay, procedure. Okay, now let's see. We have here poor communication. Okay, now let's read from here. Here.
Give a global shipping business,
No. Here, poor communication.
uh,
Poor
poorly
communication.
practical. Poor communication can be a poorly practical problem. Give a global shipping business with branches around the world. Face language and graphical difficulty as well as a huge amount of paperwork with up to 60 documents per cargo. It was a logistical nightmare to track and monitor top while tighter security regulation after 9/11
Mhm.
meant customer documents had to be ready before ships were allowed to sail.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you, we have here poor communication can be a purely practical problems. Okay, so why? Why do you think, why poorly communication can be a problem? What do you think?
I don't
What
know.
Okay, so for example, when we have poor communication, when we
Mm.
don't have communication with other people, so that can be a problem. Okay, so what do you
Mm.
think? Why this can be a problem?
Yes, because if we cannot connect with other people, so we cannot say our idea to them. We cannot present the our knowledge to them, etc.
Okay, and for example, we have here with okay, so we have with up 60 documents per cargo. Okay, so how many documents, for example, do you have when you are selling a seafood? How many documents do you have?
Often the 10 pages.
Okay, and what is in this communication? Okay, so how do I want you to tell me step by step. Okay, so when you write emails and everything, what do you usually ask customers? Can you please tell me?
I ask customer if they already decide have final decision about offer. Um, if they already had the label, if they checking the label document. Mm.
Mhm. Okay, and what is something that you can ask other people? What is something that you can ask other people about this communication? Okay, so what, for example, when you agree that you are going to sell seafood, what is the next step, for example? Okay, so they agreed with you, and what do you do?
Mm.
So what do you do, for example, when you have for example, when you agreed with your customers?
Mm.
So do you send the paperwork to them? What do you do?
Yes, I send paperwork to them. I send the sale contract to them. Send the design to them.
Okay, send design. Okay, so you need to have a better communication with them. Okay, now can you please read from here to here?
Installing an automated system means Data is now enter only once but can be accessed by anyone in the company where they are reporting it faster by a matter of months, say Ramon Ferrer, Vice President of Global IT at Gibu, an operational team carrying a voyage all the way across the world doesn't always have to be talking to each other, and we don't waste time duplicating and the same information.
Okay, so installing this system. Okay, so do you have, when you work, for example, for your company, do you have any system?
No, I don't have any system.
Okay, and how, for example, how do you find your customers?
I find data from the custom people, and
Okay.
I go to internet.
Go to the internet. Okay, so you're finding your customers. You're finding your customers through the internet. Through the
Yes.
internet. Okay, very nice. Okay, and when you, for example, can you give me, can you tell me about your communication? What do you say, for example, when you call them? Can you explain your steps when you, for example, when you find a potential customer? So what do you say to them?
I am the seafood agent and I want to supply the seafood item to them.
Okay, so you want to supply. Okay, and for example, what are the next step when you want to supply them? Okay, so what do you say to them? Okay, so here is Anna from Seafood Company. Okay, so what else do you say to potential customer?
I explain I can send them the best offer, and I had a good service for them.
Good service. Very nice. Okay, very nice. Now let's have a look. Okay, now we have given, okay, I will read, given to this variety of communication tools, it seems strange we still have a problem communicated. But just one moment. But the brave new world of high tech can create barriers. Senior managers hide behind their computer. Staff use voicemail to screen calls, and employees sitting next to each other will send emails rather than speak. Okay, so what do you think? Why people use to get used to send emails? What do you think? Why people want to send emails
Because
rather?
the email is the official form to say something.
Okay.
Official, official.
Official.
Yes.
Official. Okay. And why, for example, in your opinion, why people are afraid of phone calls? Why are they afraid of phone calls? What do you think?
Uh, Five phone call because the is English skill is not good like me.
Okay, now let's have a look. Okay, so those English skills. Now we have here this. Okay, managers. Can you please read this part?
Managers should get what around the office and talk to people, say Matt Rogan, head of marketing at Lens, a leadership and communication consultancy. Face-to-face communication can be
Can't
beaten.
be can't be beaten. Can't be beaten. Okay, so we have managers. Okay, so what do you think? Something about you. Can you please tell me what do you think? Can you be a good manager? What do you think?
First, I think to be good manager need to have the excellent English skill.
Yes, yes, but okay, no. I'm not asking you this. I'm asking you something else. For example, to be a manager, for example, in Vietnamese company. Okay, so you clearly you speak Vietnamese really good. This is your mother language. Okay, so can you please tell me what do you think about yourself? Can you be a good manager in Vietnamese company?
Yes, I already have even the manager. I the to be good the manager need to have a good knowledge about the field we work, and we had organization skills.
Organization skills.
Yeah. And we can communicate
Communicate.
communicate communicate good with the other people, and the bots.
Okay, see? Okay, and what do you think? Okay, so I want to ask you something. So we were speaking about extrovert and introvert. Okay, so you mentioned that you can be a manager. Is that right?
Yes, I already had even manager
And if you're a manager, how you can be an introvert person if you're a manager? What do you think?
because our company don't have a lot of people.
Okay, but I think that manager should be extrovert. Okay, if you want to do something, if you want to do some job, so you need to be an extrovert. Okay, very good. Okay, and I'm joking a little bit. Okay, but
Yes.
because I think that you can be a really good manager. Okay, in something because you know what you want and you know what you don't want. Okay, now can you please read this from here to here?
Tell bold recommends checking email only 3 times a day. Locating a set period of time to deal with it. If you leave the sound on, the temptation is as great as temptation is
Mhm.
as great as a ringing phone. Billboard people will interrupt meetings, so check their emails. Another problem is simply hitting the rely on button, bombarding people with information. We had the unstructured data coming at start from left and the right and the center, leaving it up to individual to sort down. Say agreeable fairer, our new system has reduced email and chain.
Changed. Okay, just one. Okay, let's read the way
The way
people.
people work, it will remind you about the workflow.
Okay, so how often, for example, do you check emails? How often do you check your emails?
I often check email the 15 or 30 minutes per time.
Okay, so what do you
But
think of? Is,
I mean each 15 or 30 minutes I check email.
okay, so why do you check your emails so often? Can you please tell me why for example okay, so here in this text we have that 3 times a day to check emails 3 times a day. So why do you check your emails so often?
Because I check email often to do on time for customer or supplier.
So you need to check every 30 minutes. You need to check your email. Is
Yes,
that right?
yes, yes.
Okay, and now let's see. Okay, information. Okay, I will read from here to here. Information overload means people stop listening, but there may be a deeper reason why a message fails to get through, according to Alex Haslam, professor of psychology and Exeter University. Everyone thinks a failure to communicate is just an individual error of judgment. but it's not about person. It's about the group dynamics, he says. Just training people to be a good communicators isn't the issue. Okay, so why do we need to train people to be a good listeners? So, for example, why do we need to train them to be good listeners? What do you think?
Yes, to be good listener also need to learn.
Need to learn. Okay, and why? Why do we need to learn, in your opinion?
Because I think everything need to learn. The good listener not exception.
Okay, very nice. Now let's have a look. Okay, now we have here, the problem is that, okay, now can you please read from here to here?
The problem is that employees develop common loyalty that are far stronger than the need to share information. They can even extend to question of safety. In the mid-1990s, there were a lot of light aircraft in Australia
Light air
because
crash, light air crashes,
light aircraft
mhm.
crashes in Australia because the two government departments responsible for air safety weren't communicating, say Haslam. The government was trying to save money and both Rockefeller threatened the
Threatened.
threatened the individuals were highly identified with their own organization and unwilling to communicate with the other department.
So what do you think about this? Okay, so they have a problem with communication. Why did they have problem with communication? What do you think? So this Australia, because two government departments are responsible for air safety weren't communicating. So why did they have this problem? What do you think?
Let I check again. Because the two government departments responsible for air safety weren't communicating.
Okay, and how, for example, how they can solve this problem? What they can do to solve this problem? What is something that they can do to solve this problem?
They need to communication. They need communicate.
So they need to
Communicate. Communicate.
communicate.
Yes,
Okay, yeah.
communicate.
Okay, so now let's see. We have this. Okay, let's read from here to here. Okay, and we will speak a little bit.
A company is particularly at risk when cost cutting is in the air. Individuals withdraw into department loyalty out of fear, sending some people on yet another how to communicate. Costs will be boosted. In fact, Salam believes that identifying the subgroup within an organization and making sure each group feels valued and respect can do far more.
Respected.
Respected, respected can do far more to encourage the sharing of information. The key communication, he says, is just
Trust.
trust.
So it's trust, when we trust each other. Okay, so what is the key of communication in your company? What is something that is important when you communicate in your company? Can you please tell me?
Yes, I think the trust is the key of communication.
Okay, and
If we leave if we believe other people, we can easily say something.
you can easily say something. Okay, so what is, for example, what is something that uh, you would suggest if someone new comes, for example, to work with you? So how would you train, for example, this person? What would you say to this person? Imagine that you need to train someone who is coming to your to work with you. So what would you say to this person? Do you have anything to say to this person? Imagine that you have someone who will come to work with you. So
So I need to train them about the knowledge, and I must say about if they work with me, they have some benefits about the knowledge and about the money.
okay, about money. Everything is about money. Okay, very nice. Okay, and how would you transfer your knowledge? Okay, so how would you say, transfer your knowledge to this person? So what would you say to this person about your knowledge? So what would you
Mean that
say?
I if they work with me, I can teach them slowly by slowly.
Teach them slowly by slowly. Okay, very nice. Okay, and for example, if you are working for a foreign company, if you are working now, you are working for a foreign company. So, how would you, for example, train people who are not from Vietnam? What would you say to people who are not from Vietnam?
Nó không Việt Nam.
Hmm? Yes.
À, mm, I think not easy.
Why? Why it's not easy? Okay, let's try. Let's try. We are practicing. Okay, so now let's try to see. So what would you say, for example, to people who are not from Vietnam? For example, we have a different cultures, different types of the people who can work for your
Yes,
company. So,
yes,
for
I know.
example, how would you train someone? Okay, imagine this, that you are training me. So what would you say to
Uh,
me?
I will attach you to emails.
Mhm.
To that is the way the people teach other people. They attach their email.
Attach emails.
Yes,
Attach.
and they see the reaction from customer and um, last time I trained some people but the Vietnamese, so I think which are the foreign people, I think they attach the email.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Okay, see? Okay, see? Okay, so you are very responsible. I think that you are not so introvert, how you think. I think that you are a little bit extrovert and so you
Introvert.
yes, you know the answers. Okay, on difficult questions, you know all the answers. Okay, and if you go to work, for example, in a foreign country, so how would you, for example, communicate with other people? So what would you say, for example, to other people if you are going to work, let's say, in India, China, Australia? So what would you say to other people?
Okay, the first step, if I am a new people for of the office, I need to communicate with them and ask them some help.
Mm.
Because I'm new, and
Mhm.
I say that I need their support.
Mm. Okay, okay, very nice. Now, and let's have a look. Okay, what do we have more? Okay, so we are having here a discussion. Okay, so this is from Financial Times. Okay, so these are newspapers. Okay, newspapers, and we call this newspapers Financial Times. So what do you think? What do you think about this topic?
Topic is very nice. I think a practical topic
Mm-hmm. Okay, and why do you think so? Why?
because the communication is the practice matter of our life.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very nice. It's practical in our life. Okay, so are you now?
We
Yes,
yes.
yes. Say please.
We even if we are you are teaching me and I am I'm learning from you also that kind of the communication.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, very nice. And in ordinary life, okay, so we were speaking about job. Okay, so in ordinary life, okay, so why communication is important in our ordinary life, not from your job.
Mm, yes, of course. In our ordinary life, communication is also important because we need to communicate with our people.
Hmm. Okay, and why is this important? Can you please tell me why is this important?
Because the people need to communicate every day, every minute.
Hmm. Okay, okay, so people need to communicate in every day and every minute. Okay, so we come to the end. Okay, now I want to ask you, I left some time. I want to ask you, are you satisfied now? Are you satisfied now? Huh?
But I'm surprised because the I see. Sorry, Nick. I saw the VIP center send me CD, but you don't receive CD.
I cannot put CDs. I cannot put CDs, but maybe you can put. Okay, next time you can put, and we can listen from your side. You share
Uh,
your screen, and you can. Okay, is that okay?
I try. Okay,
Okay,
I try.
for the next class, okay, so we can put series. Now, I want to ask you about this. Okay, can you please tell me, are you satisfied now with your English now? Can you please tell me?
Sorry, I don't like. I
What you
don't
do?
know why. Sorry, this is my fault, not you.
No, 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 no. I didn't ask you that. I asked you, are you satisfied now with our topic, with what we speak about? Are you satisfied with your English?
About you, the not anything not satisfied about you. You very energetic, but maybe about me, I feel I very boring when learn this kind of material. I don't
Yes,
know.
but this material is good for you. This material can improve
Mm,
your speaking and everything else. So this material, okay, if we go on complicated material, but like we used to go on
mm,
complicated material, you will feel that you will have a sense that this material is not
mm,
suitable for you because can be a little bit hard. But
mm,
this material is good for you because you can develop your speaking and listening skills.
mm,
Because only thing what you need, I'm really honest with you, only thing what you need is to practice everyday speaking, nothing else.
mm, mm,
Okay, when you practice every day, use new vocabulary, new words, when you're speaking with someone, this is
mm,
something how you can improve. Listening skills will not help you. Okay, if you
mm,
just listen, okay, this is something that will not help you. You will know
mm,
this topic, but you need to
mm.
speak. You need to speak.
Maybe the this is the state of my life. I I don't have energy. Maybe me.
Yes, but like I
Mm,
mentioned in the middle of the class, I mentioned to you in the when we started to have classes, sometimes I couldn't understand what you're saying. Now I can understand you everything. So you have improvement. You're improving. Maybe you cannot see, but I can see. Okay?
but I don't know. Sorry. Because before each class I don't have the happiness to join.
Yes, but that will come. Just be patient. You need to be patient about this. Just be patient, and you will, after some
Okay.
time.
Next Monday I will share the green
Okay.
to try.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so now I have to go because I have a next class in 2 minutes. Okay, I
Okay.
wish you a nice weekend and don't be so judgy on yourself, okay?
Yes, yes, yes. I see. I see.
See you on Monday.
See
Bye
you
bye.
Monday.
Bye
Bye.
bye.